Yeah. Y'all roll out, nigga. Yeah. See this here for the straight baller niggas. Niggas know how to relax up in here.
Get that good Aquafina. All right, folks. We back in the lab. We back in the studio. It's Captain's Log Podcast and YouTube show. I'm your host, Rob. What's going on? Good evening. Happy Monday night. Episode 125, man. We're going to get right into it. Topics for the night. Deion Sanders. Talking a little crazy. Ja Morant. If you don't, you should probably already know right now. We're going to cover it. And also, Creed 3 review. Me and my son went to see it over the weekend, and we're going to get into it. So, let's get straight into it. Y'all boy, Deion Sanders, coach for the college football team in Colorado, he is suggesting the Colorado band imitate some of the HBCU, the HBCU culture, swag, as you want to call it. You know, he got his little theme song when he come out. He got the old mystical joint, boom, boom, boom. You know the words. Well, no, we don't know the words. Nobody knew what the fuck Mystical was saying. So he's suggesting that they change it up a little bit. Listen, Mr. Sanders, Deion, look, you well respected out here. You know what I'm saying? You see, I got to do this. I got to go to every camera for this. All right, you are well respected. You know what I'm saying? You went to a no-name school and you made it a name, but you ain't in no HBCU no more. And I think you need to leave. You need to look. Feel like you're asking a bit much. You know what I'm saying? You asking a team, totally different culture, different side of the country, who already kind of got their own traditions, and you asking them to change up, what they do, so you can have your interest theme or your like. Come on, bro. Feel like you might be reaching here, man. I'm curious to what the HBCU alums or current students think. I think it's just a bit much. I'm not gonna say it's crazy. It's not a crazy request, but I don't think that it's anything that I would take under consideration. I'd be like, hey, look, you need to win. How about you win us something, and then we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You coming in here, it's bad enough you came in here. You'd made these changes. You brought a lot of players from another school, kids leaving. And now you talking about changing songs and shit. Like, what else you going to change? You know what I'm saying? What else you going to change? Like, you listen, as much as I would love to see it, every school ain't going to be no HBCU. They're not. Every school not going to be a HBCU, and you're not going to get your way wherever you go. I don't know how long you plan on being in Colorado, or you going to try to go to another school that's predominantly white or not a HBCU and try to get them to change too. If that's the type of time you want, I think it's more important shit going on than you having your theme song. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Let's move on. Next topic. Ja Morant. Oh boy. What's up with y'all athletes, man? I'm curious. Like, bro, y'all are professionals. Like, I'm going to be saying that a lot in this segment because I have to reiterate, like, y'all are professional. You're a professional. I ain't say you're a professional athlete. You are a professional. Ja Morant out here, Instagram Live in the club, flashing pistols. It was quick, but it's the internet, bro, so it don't matter. Like, you got to think, like, when you do these things on live, this is why I'm really not a fan of live. I do it, for the promotion purposes. I'm not a fan of live. Because with lives, man, and you can't edit it. There's no playback and erase that. What you do on your live is on your live. And you got people out here that will literally, oh shit, Ja Morant on his live. And they will screen record your whole shit, bro. Like, believe it or not, there's a weirdo on here that will screen record every time you go on live. You know what I'm saying? And you do some stupid shit or you say something controversial or your location looking a little crazy. And next thing you know, you on the news, you on TMZ, you on ESPN, you on Bleacher Report, you on everything saying, look, Ja did this and Ja did that. And now you're putting yourself in a position where you could possibly lose everything, bruh. Like, A gun. Like this is a gun, bro, that you holding up like this in the video. Why would you do that, bro? Like, listen, I can respect that you owned up to it, but still, bro, like, what was you thinking at the time? Who was you with? Like, where your man's at? You know what I'm saying? That let that shit happen. It's bad enough you already, you know what I'm saying? People are you being labeled as a thug. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not a thug, bro. You from South Carolina. You was raised in a 2-parent household. Like, you're not a thug, bro. Like, you're a professional. Whatever your life was before you got to the NBA, you are a professional, bro. Like, you gotta keep. If this is friend influence, this is why you got to keep good people around you. This is why, as you progress in your life, as you become more successful, your circle it becomes tighter and it becomes smaller. The niggas from round the way, they gonna be round the way. You know what I'm saying? You're a professional. This is just me speaking. I don't know all the details. I know what y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you get drafted by the Grizzlies in 2019. You know what I'm saying? You get the check. You know what I'm saying? You get paid. You know what I'm saying? Now you got your Nike endorsement. You got your Powerade endorsement. Bro, you can lose all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They say, you know, you was only getting a 2-game suspension. Now you're indefinitely suspended. Bro, like, you could at the least be out for the rest of the season. You could at the most be out of a fucking job and out of endorsements. I'm curious to what the NBA is going to do because they can't be lenient on this. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert Arenas got the goddamn boot for this shit. So, I mean, you know, and of course, I think the reactions around the world are about the same. It's just like, man, just be smart, man. I'm saying don't be a fucking dumbass. That's the same thing, but that's just my version. Don't be a dumbass, man. Like, if you know that you're the type of person where, you know what I'm saying, you like to get wild and crazy, outlandish outside of your job, then you need to keep somebody around you who can keep your ass in check. Take a couple of $1 million and you pay somebody to keep you from doing shit. Get you a Ray Donovan or something. You know what I'm saying? Get you a Ray Donovan who come clean shit up when you make a mess. But you can't do that, bro. Like, you're a young athlete, man. You one of the faces of the NBA, the future NBA. And you might not have no fucking job, bro. Like, this is what you signed up for, bro. When you got drafted to the league, you signed up to be a professional. You signed up to be a professional. You signed up to always do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? As much as you possibly can. You signed up to be a model player that children look up to. What the fuck child want to see you holding a fucking gun up, bro? Like, do y'all be thinking about that shit, bro? Like, I seen something online that was like, man, he had to be off the CBD blunt. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, I can respect the apology, but man, that it's not excusing what you're doing, bro. Like, I hope you don't lose your job, bro, but it is what it is, man. You can't do that, bro. Best of luck to you, man. I'll be standing by to see what the NBA, what old Adam Silver going to do. But my prediction is suspension for the rest of the year, minimum. I know every time I make a prediction, that shit be sounding real swift. But I mean, does anyone think that he don't deserve to be suspended for the rest of the year? Let me know. Next subject. This was good, man. Me and my son went to see Creed 3 over the weekend. Shout out to son. He had his last basketball game for one team. The spring league already started. So I was like, it's just me and you today, son. Let's go to the movies, man. We went to the little Alamo Draft House out in Crystal City. Dine-in theater. You know, you sit down, they bring you the food and shit. Went to see Creed 3. I thought the movie was good, man. I thought it was really good. I thought it was solid. I thought the storyline was good. I thought the acting was amazing. The guy, Dame Anderson is what they call him, with Jonathan Majors, man. Jonathan Major. Correct me if I said that wrong. Man, he's a really good actor, man. I know, he kind of seemed like he come off as the same person in every movie. Nah. In this movie, man, like, if you ain't seen them, this is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you should just sit here and listen to me tell you it anyway, and then still go see it. The movie starts, they both young. Dame is, doing some back alley boxing shit, some nightclub boxing thing, and Adonis is kind of like holding his bag for him. You know what I'm saying? So he is man. And then after he beat this dude up in the first round, they go to like a little liquor store, and next thing you know, they see this old guy named Leon. Lucky me. And Adonis starts beating the dude up. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, these two other guys come and they get ready to jump Adonis, and Dame come pull out a gun like, man, what the fuck y'all doing? Police come, and then boom, he starts the movie. So they give you bits and pieces of what happened, that led up to their beef throughout the movie. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, Michael B. Jordan looking clean in this movie. He had a nice ass suits, he had a nice whip, wifey looking good, house looking amazing, baby girl. He was clean, man. He kind of reminded me of how Apollo Creed was when he was wearing his little suits, you know what I'm saying? Suit tied up tight, nice tailored. Like he stayed clean the entire movie, except when, when he was about to box, he just probably stopped shaving a little bit. But very, very clean, man. Shout out to Wood Harris, man. I loved Wood Harris's acting. You know what I'm saying? He was being Wood Harris, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mama Creed. She was in there. I won't tell you what happened in there, but she was in there. And it was just good, man. But the guy, Dame Anderson, he get out of jail, and he don't look rough, man, but it's just like the way that he was acting in the movie, man, like he was just perceived to me as very, very unstable. It's just like he seemed like he was a ticking time bomb, man. Whenever they had the camera on him, he was just looking around too much. Like I honestly thought that, there was times where he was just gonna start beating Creed's ass just right then and there, like. No gloves, just, man, you ain't holler at me when I was in jail, boop, 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 boop. Like, that's how it was perceived to me. So, he asked for a title shot against Creed's boxers, Hispanic gentleman. And he was just like, yeah, you're not even a pro. I can't do that. So, next thing you know, they bring Big Drago in there, Drago Jr. in the movie. He made a special appearance. I thought that was cool. And Drago's supposed to fought. I think the guy's name was Chavez. They supposed to fought, but then all of a sudden the fight broke out, and then Drago's hand is broke, his wrist is broke. Come to find out the whole shit was a setup. The guy Dame Anderson set it up. They'll get into that in the movie, and then they end up letting the Spanish gentleman and Diamond Dame fight. Man, that boy a dirty fighter, man. He was punching him in his arm and shit, making his arm kind of weak. And he just started beating his ass, man. He was getting away with a lot of, lot of little dirty little moves, man. But he was hitting hard, bro. And he was unconventional. He was an unpolished fighter. He wasn't blocking like this. This nigga was he was blocking like this. And I was like, okay, it's old school there. You'd have thought he was on some Irish shit like this, you know what I'm saying? But he beat old boy ass, and then he become the champ, you know what I'm saying? Then come to find out, Mama Creed was hiding the shit from him, knew he was writing letters, and never gave them to him because she thought he was a bad influence. He finds out, he see the picture of the guy who got arrested for fucking Drago's hand up was in jail with him. So he pull up on me on the beach, and he like, bro, you set me up, you know what I'm saying? I gave you a chance, I put money on you. Man, that Bama Diamond Dave was like, bang! Punch Creed in the face, hit him in his eye. The boy eye was bleeding. I said, damn, how makeup get that shit to look real like that? Then it was like, yeah, go ahead and run. That's all you know how to do. Then they go back to the story of when they was about to get locked up. He ran, and he left this man. He ran. So that's what he said. So then, you know what I'm saying? The whole movie, and I feel this too, man. Creed had something going on. He never told his wife about it. And, she was always asking him, hey, what's going on? And she didn't really want to tell him. He didn't want to talk about it. And I get that because, there's some things us as men we go through when we don't really want to talk about it. Or that just might be a fellas conversation. We don't want to talk about it with our spouses. That's just how some of us are. Sorry. But once it come out, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like an open wound, man. He feel bad. He feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't know, he feels guilty. Like, man, I didn't mean that I would have came and checked you out. So then they announced they gonna fight, and you know how the Rocky Creed series go. They start off they looking like some shit. They looking old. This dude's supposed to be older than him, and as time goes by, he start picking it up. Actually had a real kind of a tear jerking moment, man, when what do you call it? Drago was whooping Creed's ass. Then they was just sparring, but he was beating his ass, and he was like, man, maybe we should take a break. And he's like, you don't want to take no break. So Drago turned around, boom, knocked him on his ass. And then, he's sitting on the ground, and the memories start running, and he started tearing up. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, ho, bro, ho. I'm like, what's going on here? Who cutting onions? You know what I'm saying? Then at that moment, that's when he turned it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? He really got the business. You know what I'm saying? He pulling fucking airplanes. He sprinting. He knocking Drago ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really good. Then you get to the fight scene. I thought the last fight scene was a little quick, though. Like, they said it was 12 rounds. That shit felt like 3 rounds. And he was fighting dirty, too. But he also thought that he was just going to get in there and punish him, though. Dame thought he was just going to punish Adonis. He was like, oh, you thought it was going to be easy? So they get the boom, 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 get the going. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, he get to see his little vision. And he ended up knocking him out. You know what I'm saying? And then even then, after the fight was over, he went around the joint. He hollered at him, and he said, look, I'm sorry for, not coming to see you. That's on me. He said, I'm here, I'm here when you know where to find me. So I was like, I thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Even though for all that was going on, you still said, look, you may not be my main man like that no more, but if you need to holler at me, get with me. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate that. I'm overall, I thought the movie was a 4 out of 5. I would have gave it a 5 out of 5 if the last initial fight was longer, but it seemed a little rushed. The fight seemed a little rushed. It was action packed though. They was hitting each other. The sound effects and all that was scary. They was bruised up. They was bleeding, but it did seem a little quick though. I definitely recommend going to see it if you haven't seen that shit. It was a really good movie. Now, the big question is, where do I rank it from 1, 2, and 3? I'm going to say the second one. I'm going to say versus Drago. I think that was the best one. Just my opinion. But let me know, man. Y'all go see the movie. And that's all I got. Captain out.